ISUPK.
Yeah, it's your boy Lola. Let you know what's up when we rolling up, man. Hey, man, real quick, man, handsome, check it out. You got to tune in, man. The brother Tazariak is doing some mean things. Big shout out to ISUPK, man. Mean, man, you got to get that work. You got to go to the platform and get that work. You're giving it up, you hear me?
Out here correcting the lies that Christianity has instilled in our heads. And one of those lies is teaching us what brotherhood is. I believe in what they tell us what brotherhood is. They took away one of our most powerful weapons that we have in order to get out of this condition that we are in. We're going to continue to go out there and try to march and protest, and we think that that's brotherhood, uniting with that. But that's not righteous brotherhood. Brotherhood without Christ and the law, statutes, and commandments is never going to get us nowhere.
1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother,
man say, I love God and hateth his brother. Who is his brother in this? This is speaking about the 12 tribes. The brothers are so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We are the brothers that this is speaking about. When we let them tell us what this means right here, everybody all of a sudden thinks that this means every nation in the world. This is not speaking about every nation. If a Chinese man comes out and says, my brothers, you're not gonna think that that's speaking about everybody. You're gonna know that he's speaking about his people and only his people. But when it comes to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you say brother, that means everybody. No, that's because they want us to love everybody and not our own people.
he is a liar.
If you love God, if you say you love God and hate your brothers, it says you are a liar. So hating your brother, you go to church and they tell you I love everybody. That's impossible. You do not love everybody. And hate is not this little funny feeling that you get in your stomach. Hating your brother comes from joining the army. That's how you hate your brothers. By telling everybody that integration is what we need to be doing. Joining hands with our oppressors. That's hating your brother. You understand that everything that this country is doing is leading you into hating your brother without you even noticing that you hate your brother. Hating your brother is by actions that you do. You can walk right past your brother that has nothing, and you'll just walk past him, not even care. When a white man comes and asks you for anything, you'll give your shirt off your back to him, but not your own brother. You scared of your own people, and you only out there trying to help send money out there to Africa, send money to every other nation out there, but you're not taking care of your own people in your own neighborhoods.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen?
It says right there, how can you love God who you have not seen when you hate your brother that's right there next to you? That's impossible. That's a question it was asking. How can you love God and hate your brother? Your brothers are the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's who your brothers are. And you hate them every day because you look at them in disgust. By looking at them that way, that's a form of hatred towards them. When you join hands with your oppressors, that's hating your brothers. It's a mental breakdown that they've done to us. Got us thinking that brotherhood is now, and loving your brother it means love everybody except your own people, which is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's time for us to stop giving our love to everybody else. Stop hating your own people. Stop giving your love to all these nations. We are capable of showing some type of love and brotherhood. The problem is, brotherhood, we think brotherhood is joining the army. We think brotherhood is going out there protesting for causes that are going to get us nowhere. This condition that we are in is not going to change without righteous brotherhood under Christ with the law, statutes, and commandments. Brotherhood that they've given us, that they're teaching us, is go out there and protest because for homosexual rights. Go out there and protest for any other reason. There's a protest for any and every reason out there, and none of those have worked. Brotherhood, they teach us that brotherhood is joining gangs. They got us thinking that joining the gang, that's how you continue to be a brother. Kill each other. That you be doing them a favor when we join gangs and killing your own brothers. They got us thinking that joining the Black Lives Matter movement, that's a brotherhood movement that will get us out of this condition. None of this Black Panthers all failed. And know why? None of these conditions, none of these organizations will prosper because they do not have God with them. They do not have the law, statutes, and commandments with them. They do not listen to what the Most High say, and there's no Christ in them. So that will always fail. What we need to do is get back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Remember that so-called Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics are brothers. It's time for us to take care of each other and forget these other nations that don't care about us.
And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God also loveth his brother. Also his brother also.
Also his brother. So this is a commandment that he's given us. It's not the only commandment. This is in addition to that. So this is another commandment being told that we love your brother. Loving your brother is not loving all the other nations. Loving your brother is loving the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They take this verse and say, this is all we gotta do. Just love your brother. How are you gonna love your brother? Without the laws, statutes, commandments, you're not going to understand how to love your brother. If you listen to these, to your Christian pastors on what love is to them is a little funny feeling, and you're going to go out there and go to church, that's your brothers now. It doesn't matter what nationality you all are brothers. That's not how it is. What this is speaking about is only the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So it's time to stop listening to what your Christian pastors is telling you and stop loving all these other nations and stop hating your own people. So what we got to understand is that we got to get this mentality of this Christianity out of our heads because it has not worked. We have had Christianity. The Bible has been taught to us for hundreds of years now in their form of thinking, their form of understanding, which their form of understanding is an indoctrination to us to keep us down. It's not helping us in no way. It has not helped us. So it's time for us to get back to the real brotherhood, which is taking care of ourselves, which is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and forget these other nations.
Matthew 25 and 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily, I say unto you, is as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these brethren, ye have done it unto me.
It says, as much as ye have done unto one of the least of these brethren, you have done to me. Meaning, when you see us out here on this corner and you hate us, you got nothing but hatred towards us, you hating Christ. When you want to build a border and keep the Mexicans out and the Central Americans out, you building a border to keep Christ out. When you say anything negative or you kill us in the streets, it's like you killing Christ. That's what that says. As much as you've done it to the least of my...
Matthew 25 and 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily, as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
When you look at the poor man on the floor with disgust and you say, well, he deserves that, good for him, that's like you saying that about Christ, the least of his men. So you gotta understand, the least of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, whatever you do to them, whatever you do to us, it's like you're doing it to Christ. Go to John 13. So we gotta get out of this Christianity mentality, this indoctrinated mentality that they're giving us, telling us that brotherhood and brother, when it says brother there, is for every nation. It's not that way. That's the lie that we need to get out of. That's how they stop us from caring for each other, from taking care of ourselves. We go out there and join hands with all oppressors. We think that all these other nations care about us when they don't. All these other nations already have their own businesses. Look at the Arabs, the Asians, everybody has their own businesses that they own. They got little China, little Italy, little China, they got the Arabs, they got their own country. What do we got? We don't know nothing. Why? Because they have told us that brotherhood is dying for a gang. Telling us that brotherhood is dying for the people that are telling you the wrong things. Just you dying for all the wrong reasons, listening to all the people that do not care about you. These people that are teaching you the Bible, the Christian churches, those pastors, your political leaders, they do not care about you and your well-being. And it's proven by the condition that we are in. How can they care about us as churches? These huge, they rich, multi-billion-dollar industry, and everybody that goes to them churches is all poor. You giving your last dollars to people that want to teach you about brotherhood, but they don't know a thing about brotherhood. Their brotherhood is joining hands with every single person, and that's not right.
John 13 and 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
It says a new commandment. So in the Christian church, they don't even see that. It says a new commandment. New commandment it's being added to the previous list of commandments that we have to follow that have not been done away with either. So you think right here, you read a new commandment, just love each other like I love you. How did Christ love people? Like the Christian church tells you? Did he come out here hugging everybody, kissing babies? Did he do what about when he flipped tables and whipped people out of the synagogue? You know how you love your brother, how Christ loved you? You tell them when they're wrong. You correct them, unlike what they're telling you now. Oh, just go ahead and do what you want. This is how you are. Come as you are. You can do whatever you want. God's gonna love you anyway. And that's all made up stuff. That's a whole false way of thinking that they got us stuck on because it sounds good. We don't want to hear the truth. Nobody wants to be told that they're wrong. But at some point, you have to swallow that and see, as a nation, we all bad. We're not doing good. And it's time to stop letting them lie to us. It's time to love your brother, which is the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans only. Because that's the only people that this book was written for. It's time to love them by correcting them.
Trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues. Call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good ship. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?